All right, what's going on, everybody? Capone News. We got a special guest here.
CHII B, man. Nobody bigger than he. I know what's going on.
Set the trend, man. Welcome to Capone News, bro. How you feeling?
Good. Feeling blessed to be here, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you for taking the time out to sit down with us. I've watched a lot of your interviews, and I know, this is redundant. You're an artist. You kind of get tired of the same questions, but we promise to keep it interesting. But, of course, you're new to our audience. We got a huge audience, and some of them are not familiar with you. But let's take it from the beginning, man. Bronx, from the Bronx.
Yes,
give
sir.
us a perspective of you growing up in the Bronx that, a lot of people probably wouldn't know.
I'm saying, it's hard, but you just got to find your way through this. It's the trenches. It's hard everywhere, so it's you just got to really be motivated in what you want to do, so you won't just get caught in all that bad stuff. And you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Get where I'm trying to go.
What part of the Bronx are you from?
From 187 at Park Ave, between Washington and Park, 3rd Ave, basically.
Okay. I'm not from New York, so I don't even know why I asked that question, because it's I can't follow, but it's all in the Bronx though, right? So, you said 157?
187.
187?
Yes.
So growing up in that neighborhood, how is it different from everywhere else in the Bronx? What's so special about 187?
I'm saying, everybody over there, show genuine love. Everybody there, together. So it's I feel like we just different in a way. It's probably the same way everybody else says, everybody got their one little person they don't like or dislike or whatever the case might be. But
how many artists have came out of 187?
It's a lot. It's probably a good 10, 11 of us.
Okay, that we would know, that are doing their thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Like who?
K, EBK, Dougie B, just surnames like that. Yagi B, J.O. It's a lot of people over there just doing their thing.
All right, so educate me, because like I said, I'm not from New York, so I'm not familiar with it, but I thought they were from Cortland Ave. Is that the same thing?
Oh, no, they're not from Cortland. They from 187.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I've heard people say they were from Cortland, like K-Flock and Dougie and them.
Nah, yeah, it was just I guess it was a misunderstanding, because it's two different hoods.
Okay.
There's two different hoods. It's not the same thing. Cortland and 187 is two different hoods. Cortland would be on 153rd and we're on 187. It's two different things.
Oh, okay. So what about you? Growing up, how was your household? You're not the only child, right?
I'm the only child from my mom's side. But
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Describe that. How was that feeling, being the only child on your mom's side? Did you get to spend time on your dad's side and get to live with your siblings on that side?
Basically, yeah, I started really doing it when I got older though, not when I was younger. So basically, I just thought I was the only child until my mom really told me you got siblings. So then I started connecting with them. At first, I didn't like them. I'm going to keep it a stack. I ain't going to lie, because I was the only child. But I started really growing with them and just loving them. You feel me?
How old were you when she told you you had other siblings?
I probably was 9, 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you feel the way? Damn, did you want it to be an only child?
The way she put it, so it was she basically told me, they not her kids. So it was I was just thinking, but I still had it in my mind, damn, I got brothers and sisters out here.
And Pops, right? Was your Pops involved in your life?
He was in my He was in my life here and on and off though. He wasn't really here, but he was there. I don't knock him for at least he tried. You know what I mean?
Okay, what do you mean though? Because I'm with you. When we brothers that come from a certain environment, dads, it sounds bad, but the dads are
he tried.
One foot in, one foot out.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Break that down. What do you mean? Was he incarcerated or just
Nah, he just was he's just going through whatever he was going through. So I don't knock him for anything that he did or didn't do.
Did you ever have that conversation with him?
Nah, that's why I really started feeling bad, because he passed away and
wow.
We ain't never have a real serious talk about any of that. So it's
damn, how old were you when your dad passed?
I was 17.
Wow, man. Damn, so y'all never built a relationship before he passed away?
Before, I'm not gonna lie, I was going to his house, chilling with him, you feel me, trying to say, just trying to smoke with him, just talking, you know what I mean? But it's I feel like he couldn't talk to me the way he wanted to talk to me, because he haven't been there for so long. So it's but it's I felt like he could have said anything and I would have talk to him.
Okay with it.
Yeah.
You think a part of him kind of felt guilty, like he probably didn't want to open up because maybe he felt like you wouldn't have forgive him for
Most definitely
absence, here and there.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Damn. Do you know what he passed? I think I remember you saying obesity, right?
Yeah, diabetes. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Forgive me for that.
That's all right.
Diabetes. Damn. What? How does that even? How does that even work? I saw you describe that on P Films. Like you said something about his legs.
Yeah, basically. So like, first the shit got to his toe and shit. He had to cut his toe off. But I guess they didn't get it in time, so it went to his whole leg, and then he had to cut his leg off. So he was just in a wheelchair. That's what at the time we was really started bonding and connecting and shit like that.
Man, how difficult was that on your family?
It was hard. My grandmother, she already was fighting the laws for her mother because her mother just passed, and then like my dad, he passed like 2 weeks later after. So she was in shambles. She was just like, I was trying to be there for her.
Yeah.
But it's like, losing your son, that's fake crazy. Like, I don't know that feeling, so I wouldn't understand. But
I'm glad you said that too, and I'm glad you said I was trying to be there for her, because I feel like, young black boys, when we're growing up and we lose that father figure, whether to the streets, they die or just whatever the case might be, we feel like we have to step up and be that man in the house. Did you at any point feel like I'm the man now? And
of course, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like that before he even passed. Like, I just had a different mindset in my mind. Like, I have to do this. I have to do that. You feel what I'm trying to say?
You feel like you had to grow up too early? Cause
of course, I had to grow up fast.
Why?
Faster than fast, because I feel like I just had more, like, people used to tell me, like, I'm gifted, I'm this. I feel like I had more potential in me to, like, so that's why I was just like, I got to do this. I got to do music. I got to push harder. And then when, like, my pops passed, it just made it even more of a goal to really push. So I got to make sure my grandmother's straight. Got to make sure my mother's straight.
I learned that you did therapy. Like, you were in therapy at an early age. Like, describe that, and just how important was that for you growing up?
I feel like it didn't really help. Like, I was just sitting there talking to somebody I don't know. So it's like I'm just telling somebody I don't know my business and my secrets or whatever the case might be, and it don't feel right. Like, I'm just sitting there talking, and it's like you would say something back, but it's like it's not a good enough response. So I just shut down and not say anything, basically.
Did you have a black therapist or a white therapist?
It was white.
Yeah, I think that's probably the case, because there's a disconnect. They don't really understand what you're going through. It's like you can have she can have sympathy for you, but it's hard to be empathetic towards you, because, like, I don't know, to be empathetic towards somebody, you gotta, like, really put yourself in their shoes, and it's hard for a white lady to understand, a young black boy from the Bronx growing up in an environment you grew up in. It's impossible. So I can see why your circumstance was a little different with therapy. I had the same little experience, so I didn't like therapy, but is there anything that you learned from therapy, even though you didn't like it? Was there something you learned from it?
I feel like I ain't learned nothing, actually.
Wow.
Nothing.
Damn.
So it was like a waste of time. I told my mom I don't never want to go back there.
Now, was this all during the time that your dad passed? That you were?
Nah, this was actually before.
Wow. Damn. Do you feel like it would have been necessary during the time he passed away? Like,
nah, not really.
Were you able to handle that?
Yeah, I just I just had to take it on the chin.
Damn. That's the thing, man. Like, why? It's like, why do we gotta?
You just gotta stay strong because I know that's what he would have wanted. Like, I feel like.
Yeah. So I learned, just moving off that, the pivot real quick. I learned as you were growing into the music scene, you started off as Young Bull, right? Describe that name, man. Like, what was that name?
I was youngest in charge. That's all I gotta say, man. Youngest in charge, young boy. Yeah, you heard that name? Yeah, it's it. I'm the young boy. Like, I was the youngest. So it's like everybody was older than me. So it's like, yo, that's young boy. That's the young boy. You know what I mean? I was always older. So it's like I'm older in my mind, but it's like I'm younger, small, short. I mean, I just got a different mindset than other niggas, I feel like.
How early on did you get into music?
I got into music when I was probably like 14, 15, but I wasn't really taking it serious. Like, I didn't make no tracks, nothing. I was just writing, doing a little bullshit.
So when did you start taking it serious?
Like when I was literally probably 16, I started really taking it serious. Like not really taking it serious, but I mean when I started really taking it serious, I mean I think it was like 17, 18 around the time when I really was trying to go in like hard. I was in the studio, CHII every day, just trying to make sure like something happened. I was just motivated because I felt like I lost JB, J-Rip, then that right there, it just made me see like it's not a game. Like I gotta move everybody I love out fast.
Damn. So you 17, 18 when you started taking it. So how old are you right now? You're
19.
19? Oh, so that was a couple of years ago. Okay. So so let's paint the picture. As you're taking music serious, people around you, are they rapping also, or are the guys around you just?
Yeah, they rapping too. Some of them rapping, some of them taking it serious, some of them not. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah. Was it more like we gonna put our all into this, see which one of us pop, or was it like we believe this one person got talent, so let's help push this?
I feel like it was. I feel like it was all of that. Like in all ways, like. It was somebody that we knew was gonna pop. It was somebody that was always pushing me to keep going, pushing me to always do this, do that. For me, it was right from wrong. There's always somebody like that around me. So I love to keep people that could think for themselves around me. I don't like a person that could just, go do this, and he go do it. No, what am I doing that for? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah. No, that's important. That's smart. Yeah, because I think a lot of the times people just make irrational decisions. Like they don't, to your point, they don't think. Just let's do it, and then when the consequences happen, they're like, "Oh shit, I wasn't expecting that." You know what I mean? But when you think it through, and then you can be prepared for whatever comes when you do whatever it is. Wow. So, no, you're right. So around that time, at what point did Set the Trend? Did that name come about?
It came about like when I was OT with my mans on Blood Diamond. Feel me? Moolah. Shout out Moolah, gangster. But feel me? I was making a song. I made like probably my first 3 Dolo songs, and then we was just thinking of a name. Like, yo, what should be our name? What should be my name? So he like Set the Trend, cause you send trends. And I was like, yeah, I'm jacking that. You feel me? It's just go with it, cause I was really setting trends like at a young age. Yeah. Everybody wanted to be like me. Fake shit.
So did that catch on right away? Like everyone started calling you that, or did it take a while for people to kind of get used to it? It took a while. I ain't gonna lie. It took a while. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got the name though. I got it stamped now for a fact.
Nah, you do. It's everywhere. So what song would you say you recorded? Like when you, like a established song, like a lot of people know about that first record that you put out that kind of like set the tone for, oh, this nigga is here.
I say JB Gang, JBXJ Rip Gang in the spot, gangster. Yeah. That song right there, because it was like, it wasn't even my raspy voice or nothing. Like, it was just a singing song, actually. I dropped it on my page, too. So it was like, I felt like that song right there just really expanded me a little bit more. Like, oh, he could do this. What else can he do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's get to the voice, though. Like, when did that develop? Is that...
I don't know. Like, I feel like when I be in the stool, I feel different emotions. So it's like, however I feel in the stool at that moment, that's how I'm going to project it. Like, if I feel like singing, I'm going to sing. If I feel like screaming, I'm going to scream. If I feel like doing the deep voice, I'm going to do the deep voice. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it just happens. Like, I would just be in the stool making shit.
Yeah, so you're comfortable with kind of like rearranging the sound of just basically like whatever emotions you're dealing with at the time.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So you're not stuck on one sound. Like, you're not stuck in keeping the...
Not yet. I don't know.
The screaming or whatever.
Yeah.
You're just comfortable with mixing it up.
Yeah. Okay. I love mixing it up.
Nah, I like that. So, rewind back a little bit. I learned, around 9 years old, you, K-Flock, and them all had a relationship at that time, right? So what was that like? Like, how did y'all meet? Did y'all have like a genuine relationship, or was it just like somebody that you knew introduced him?
Basically, yeah, it was genuine though. Like, I wouldn't say it was just that. Like, I felt like I went to the park with my cousins basically, and we was all young. We was just playing manhunt, chasing each other around the park and shit. So I guess like from there we just grew the bond. Like, You know, you just start talking to people. You start, after you finish the game, you know how regular shit is. You go to the store, drink shit, just cooling, bro. Feel me? It just be regular vibes.
So y'all all used to play ball together, like at the park.
Yeah.
So you made it clear for me. So I'm glad you made me understand that. But so 187 around that time, you, K Flock, who else in that circle was
Dougie, J.O., Yagi. It's a couple of us.
So you all are growing up together around that time.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that each other was rapping? At what time did y'all figure out who was?
I feel like when we all got older, that's when like K had just came home. He just told me, like, we was walking one time. He like, yeah, I got some shit. He spit it to me and all that. So I'm like, yeah. I'm telling him, like, yo, you really different. Like, you really goated. He just took it, went to the studio the next day, and made the song. FTO, Gangster. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. We was walking right there in St. Barnabas. So it's just like, we always had that bond and connection. Like, we could always tell each other shit. No matter if he feels scared to tell somebody else, he'll always tell me. If I'm trying to say, like, shit like that.
So around the time that he's making music, you're kind of in the environment?
Yeah, like.
Are you actively rapping too? Or
yeah, I was rapping, but it's like, I felt like he had more image. So it's like, we gonna push him, see where it get.
Yeah.
He opened the door, so it's like,
I'm glad you said that,
easier.
I was gonna ask, like, was there any like insecurities? Because I know with niggas, we got egos, so it's like if one of the homies is hot, it's like, damn, when is my time? So there was never that. It was just
everybody just waited their turn patiently. Like, I feel like we just came from we all came from the gutter, so it's like, why would I hate on the next man? I was just in your position. Now you're doing better than me. I'm proud of you fully. Like, I can never feel like, oh, he owed me this or he owed me that, because he never did. If I'm trying to say, nobody owe nobody nothing.
Yeah.
No reality. You owe your family, you owe your moms, you owe your grandmother, you owe your family. You don't owe nobody in the streets nothing. So it's like, as long as you take care of your family and your mom, make sure you got that mom, that house, like, I'm proud of you. Gangster. There's nothing to be mad about.
Now, that's real talk. I'm glad you said nobody owe you anything, because even though he don't owe anything to you, I feel like he's always been loyal to, like, I feel like that whole circle has just always been loyal to each other. So, like, I wanted to know what made y'all friendship so strong, like, over the years, because y'all been together for a long time.
I feel like just all the nights we was all starving, we was hungry, like, we just had nothing, we had nowhere to go. We used to be in the staircase together, just sleepless nights, you feel me? I just feel like that really brings people together. Like, when you know you was down bad with a nigga and you had no money and he had no money, or when he had money, you had money. That's just how it is. Like, it's just brotherly love. Like, word. Gangster.
No pun intended.
No
pun
intended.
No, that's real. That song does match your relationship, like that brotherly love. But so have you heard anything from him? Like, is there any updates on him? Like, have you spoken to him?
I spoke to him like probably a couple weeks ago, but not over my phone though. He was just checking up on me, you know how he is. Yo, Seti, yo, it's good. Yo, was in high spirits, you know, try to keep me up, because you know I be down sometimes, but feel me.
Yeah. Are you keeping him updates on like what's
of course, what's going on? Yeah. It's like he already be in tune. Yo, Seti, you be going crazy. Like, he be telling me, like,
what song is he proud? What song of yours is he proud of right now? All right.
There's probably a couple. He jagging it. He's like, he called me like, yo, Seti, you disrespectful. Okay, so it's like, you know how to do, bro.
Nah, that's some real shit. So, like, I don't know, what a few weeks ago y'all dropped the was it the DOA record?
Yeah, facts.
So why? Because that was on like SoundCloud and stuff, like a couple years ago. So why did it take so long for it to be available on YouTube and like?
I feel like, I don't know, that I can't say, but everything happened for a reason. It's out now, so it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't too much to say about that.
Nah, that's what. I know you don't want to get into it, and you don't have to go into details into it, but like, was it like restrictions or clearing shit, or just like,
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It just took a minute, it's still here though. We here. DOA out now.
Hey, I respect that. So what's your current relationship with Dougie B?
That's my brother. It's my brother.
Y'all still talk?
Of course.
I'm asking that because I just saw a recent post of him and Nas, and I know you and Nas, like that's the circle. Y'all homies. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw it, but if you're paying attention, I'm sure you saw it. But him and Nas are going at it. They shared some word. Well, at least I heard the snippet that Nas dropped, and it sounded like he was referring to what Dougie had posted on his story. Did you make a phone call to try to?
I mean,
talk to your
I
family?
feel like everything could get handled in real life. So it's like all this behind all this social media shit. Fuck all that shit. All of us is brothers. No matter what y'all see on the social media, that's just all gimmicks. It's social media. In real life, we gonna see. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So you haven't? There's no phone call that went out between them two to kind of mediate what's going on. You just have faith that.
Yeah, I just got faith that it's all I could get swept under the rug is nothing. We all brothers at the end of the day. We came from the same gutter. There should be no reason we doing anything of that sort. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, facts. And also, I brought up Dougie also because he included you in when he posted his best rapper list. He included you in that.
Yeah.
What did you think when you saw that?
He
started some shit with that list.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I don't feed into all that. So it's like, I didn't even share anything. Like, I felt it. Like, yeah, I understand. Like, he loved me and all that. But it's like, I don't feed into that. You know what I mean? We just gonna decide who's really the best off. You know what I mean? The real shit.
Yeah. So you had no idea he was gonna.
Yeah, I had no idea.
He just caught you off guard.
It's just, oh shit. Look at this shit.
Yeah. Did you hit him up after you saw it?
Nah, I seen the big person out there that asked him about it and shit.
What did he say?
You know, he's just laughing and shit. He's just a troll.
But I'm sure he believed that though, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm sure he believed that. And I'm not mad at him for putting that out there.
I mean, yeah, that's his opinion though. Yeah. Nobody can get mad at your opinion. It's your opinion.
So did you pay attention to the other list that was going around? What was your thoughts on that?
I ain't pay attention. I don't feed it to the gossip, man.
You don't at all?
Nah, I don't like that.
Now, like, I pay attention to a few. On the women's side, I know BMG dropped a list, and I thought his list was a little good. But if I had to ask you, and I know you don't feed into it, but let's just play it real quick. If I had to ask you, some of your favorites, it don't have to be the best. We could change the wording a little bit, but just some of your favorites. Who are some of the guys that you believe are, strongly holding their weight right now in the drill scene?
Let's say Marty Tuhati, T5L member. Mally, even though he don't got nothing to drop, he got something coming in the cut. K for a fact, Dougie, Yagi, all of us is still out here just holding it down. Like I say, CHII, even if he passed, his music's still gonna live forever. Feel me? It's a couple of us. TG, Kenzo. It's a couple of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Kenzo who?
Kenzo Bolo.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I already know.
I had to make sure to pivot off of that. I want to bring up something that I saw, and I think a lot of people were kind of wondering. I saw a lot of conversations happening about it on Reddit. Just people like wanting to know what was going on through your mind when this was happening. But you kind of just walked me through it. When I saw the video, there was a video of you being approached by, some GD's members, and then you were laughing. Like that to me just shows like a confident young man. Like, and that's what the comments were saying. Like, this nigga don't go for it. What was going on through your mind, man, when that was going on?
I mean, like, to be honest with y'all, like, I was just smiling, like, that's it, like, I was just high. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Niggas is walking up to me. I don't know niggas, bro. Niggas know me, so it's like, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't gotta explain myself.
How do you plan on how you move around? Because, like, New York is a big city, but it's also very small. And you can run into people like, I had interviewed, a Joe rapper, and he said 161. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
The courthouse.
Yeah.
Like everybody run into each other at 161. So how, like, well, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, how do y'all plan to like make sure you're safe, because you do have to meet. You're gonna meet people certain place. So how
yeah, all I'm gonna say is, man, you gotta move dangerous out here, man. Can't be out here slacking. Shit.
Yeah. Did you recently see the PnB Rock situation?
Yeah, word. RP PnB, word. That's shit crazy, word. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I used to listen to PnB Rock, yeah. So it's like
now when you saw that, were you one of those people who, because the social media was like, oh, his girl, she posted the location, she did that. Did you even think about that, or did you just feel like?
I just felt like that's fake crazy. Like, of course it's like that, but it's like that's just little kid stuff. Everybody just be worried about the wrong things instead of the real stuff that's really happening. Like, we talk about his girl instead of the person that just passed away. Like, if I'm trying to say, think about his moms. Think about, if I'm trying to say this real shit, his daughter. If I'm trying to say niggas don't think about shit like that. Niggas just rather jump to other shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing. That's why I don't even feed into this shit. So it's like, niggas just be on some weird shit, lame shit.
Man, based off that conversation, there was a conversation that sparked when people were saying, just being a rapper is a dangerous job. As somebody who's in that field, do you feel that way?
I mean, nah, not really. Unless you really like portraying on some other bullshit, but nah, not really. I mean, you have to make people scared to be rappers. It's just like it's different people in this world. People that hate you, people that just low lives that don't got nothing to do, nothing going on in their life. So it's like, it's just the world that we live in. It's not about being a rapper.
Yeah.
Anything can happen to anybody at any given moment.
But do you think y'all are more targeted? Like, a lot of people just...
I feel like we talking about the police. Other than that, nah.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? Like, what's up with the New York police don't want all these New York artists to thrive?
I don't know. They just want to see us incarcerated. I have no clue. They just don't want to see us win.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, I think y'all are only... Do they do that in Chicago too? I'm not sure, but I feel like New York might be the only place, city where it's like most of the rappers can't perform in their hometown. I think Chicago a little bit.
Yeah, Chicago. I think Chicago do that too.
They own that too, but like, is there any way that could be? Not that you have the answer. I'm just putting out questions. But is there any way that could be fixed? Like do they have to? What do they have to do? Like, show you that, we just about the money, or rappers gotta come together and do some type of whatever. I don't know, like, show unity or whatever. Like, what's it gonna take? Like, that's a serious question. Not to put it on you. I'm just asking in general. Like, what is that gonna take for artists
to start performing in their
hometown? Because that's a lot of money that's being
lost.
That's a lot of money that's being lost, especially for y'all upcoming artists, right? Because most of y'all fan base are outside of New York, but majority of them, they fuck with you in your hometown. So it'll be nice for these kids from the Bronx to see you on that big stage and have that aspiration, and be like, oh shit, this nigga make it, I can make it. So that'll be nice to see. But what's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I jack that too. Like, I feel like we could just, we all about the money. Just all come together, just do shows. Nothing wrong going on. That's it. Just, we all about the money. We just all positive. So it's like, I've been all about the kids lately. I'm trying to do a little show for the kids, pop out to the middle schools, show love. That's it.
Yeah. I'm glad you're all about the money. I think Dougie said the same thing, and I approved that message. I saw him posted saying, DOA is not GDK. I saw him posted that. I like it because I think for his voice, it's impactful because of who he is, and I think the kids might pay attention to him a little more because of who he is. Regardless if he's actually standing on that message or not, but just him putting it out there.
Yeah, it just motivates.
Yes.
So that like the youth won't just think that it's cool to just do that. Yeah, it's not cool to just.
Because I think some of them are just doing it just
because we doing it. Yeah, it's not cool to just do that and portray something you're not. Basically,
I don't think what they don't understand is like this is what y'all grew up in. You know what I mean? Like most of them are just like I just want to do it because it's cool. Like I see y'all rapping about it, but they don't understand that. Nah, like y'all really grew up in this shit. Like y'all ain't had no other choice.
Well,
some of them, you know, not that they might not have a choice, but they kind of can. They could do something else, something positive. But so, do you think about that when you are putting words out there with your music or just in interviews or on social media? Are you conscious of the youth that are paying attention to you?
Of course, that's why I always think about what I do and say, because like a lot of stuff can impact the youth. So like I don't want to. That's why I've been trying to post a lot of positivity lately. Like all that bad stuff, all that negativity, it's just stay over there. Like I've been trying to like motivate the youth to really do better and use this time so I could like elevate everybody, the youth, to the older people, to anybody. Like I'm just trying to like be the voice, basically be heard, so they won't just think that all this drill stuff is. No, it's just I'm doing this so I could get out of here, so I could feed my family. It's not to look cool. It's not to do little drill shit. No, it's not to be. Feel me?
Man, I like that, man. When you were on P Films, you announced that you were signed. Who are you signed to?
Records.
Who?
Records. Yeah.
How long have you been signed? Since was that like something that happened that exact day, or was that something that's been happening and you just happened to?
I probably I don't really recall. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really recall about that.
Yeah. What was that conversation like when you signed that? When you went to go sign your deal, is just like they've been looking at you for a while and they put it together, or?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
How do you feel? Is there anything different since being signed?
Of course, like I just feel like, well, to be honest, like what you mean by that, like?
I think as an artist, when you sign a deal, you feel like it's kind of like a level up.
Yeah, of course.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, of course, it feels like a level up. Like you feel like you accomplished something. Yeah, of course, but it's like when I got signed, basically, like I lost my brother, like probably a week before I signed the deal. So it's like my son Nazi.
Wow.
Where so I wasn't really feeling that shit. Wasn't really feeling that shit.
Cause you didn't really get to appropriately celebrate.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Damn. So like, at least you told your family and stuff, and like everyone else was happy for you. Like, damn. That's got to be tough, man. That's got to be one of the saddest things. You know, and I don't want to go back to the whole being a rapper is dangerous, but that's got to be one of the saddest things about being an artist is like you can't. Sometimes it's hard for you to enjoy your accomplishments because of the outside world that might impact whatever you got going on, whether it be your homies being affected by something or police trying to stop you from making money. It's just like when can you actually enjoy being a rapper without other shit affecting you? Like, do you feel like you're enjoying being an artist, or is just too many stuff going on where you haven't really sat and really, man, I'm living or doing what I wanted to do?
I mean, like, I just try to take it one step at a time so I won't have to, like, I just try to pace myself, basically. Like, I feel like, I'll be feeling like a rapper here and there. It's just like, sometimes I don't want to be that. Sometimes I don't even be posting on the gram. I just go ghost for like a day. But then I just got to snap it to reality. Like, this is my job. This is what I do it for. This is what I'm living for. To touch the kids, to touch people that been hurt just like me, to make you feel better. Like, I can't make a person feel better if I'm not feeling good for myself. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what people got to start thinking too. Like, if you're not feeling good with yourself, how you going to help this person? How you going to help this person? How you going to help the next person? You got to help yourself before you help anybody.
Yeah. Did you do anything luxurious when you signed the deal?
Nah, I just bought a car. Shit.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, you what kind of? I don't know. Don't put that. For safety reasons, we ain't putting that out there. That's dope, man. You about congratulations, man. All right, so you can drive. I know a lot of New Yorkers can't drive, man.
Yeah, I can drive.
Or did a chauffeur came with the car?
I could drive, gangster. I be whipping this shit.
All right. Did you buy anything for your family?
Yeah. It was my mom's birthday around the time too. Bought her a bag. Shit like that. Just grandmother bought some perfume. Shit.
Damn, man, that's dope, man. That's got to be but that's got to be the better feeling though. Like you can actually do stuff for your family. It sounds like from everything you said, it sounds like what fulfill you is like helping other people. Because you said, I just want to do this for the youth. I want to do this with my friends, my homies. So it sounds like you helping people is what makes you happy. Like that must be a beautiful thing, man. That's dope. Off camera, you got to tell me what kind of car it is. 'Cause I want to know.
I got you.
So musically, has it changed? Because I know we were coming up here, and I don't know if you can say this or not. If not, we'll probably edit it out the interview. But you were saying you're working on an EP tape. How is that looking like?
I feel like it's coming together beautifully. Like,
can you talk about it?
Like, as in, like what?
For what you can talk about, like, is it how done are you? How through in it are you? Are you almost done? Or do you have features that we might know?
I say I'm almost done.
Are you working with other people? Are you collabing?
Yeah, I'm collabing, but I don't think it's gonna be on the tape though.
Okay, so it's just like, is this tape like a
solo,
kind of thing?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like I just gotta show the people that I could do it by myself. A lot of people can't do it by themselves, so.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like people need people sometimes. Like, you get in that sort of form, like, basically, like, some people can't do it by themselves. Like, I couldn't do this by myself or that by myself. Like, they need somebody to help them.
To help, like, the other person got to bring that buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with reaching out and getting someone else to kind of
help.
It
depends if it's genuine, though, like.
Oh, so you want whatever relationships or whoever you work with, it got to be like a genuine relationship.
Depending though, depends. It depends.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna get too much in that, but depends though.
Are the label having any say so in how you create this EP, or is it all you with the?
Not just all me and my team basically.
Okay, what kind of approach are you taking? Are you straight rapping? Are you using melodies?
Oh my God!
Using the melodic
all I'm gonna say is, be ready, man. Just be ready.
What do you mean by that?
Just be ready. It's different stuff in it. Like, I'm coming to left hook, right hook, uppercut. I'm telling you, that's it. That's what I'm gonna say. Cheat code, square, square, triangle, X, circle, circle.
I gotta be honest, man. Like when we were on the escalator, I told you, I said I like the on the radar freestyle. I don't know if you pay attention to Upper's comment for that. He had some things to say about you. He said it felt like it was written for another beat. Is there any truth in that? Like,
no.
Was it written for that specific beat?
It was just that beat, yeah.
Did you pay attention to what he had to say, or you don't? You know?
I ain't pay attention to nothing he said.
Yeah, he was basically like he felt like it was written for another beat, and when you got to the location, they just kind of threw you. It's like, yo, rap on this beat, and so. When you were rapping on it, he said it felt like there was shit that you could have, like you had to say, but you couldn't let it out because the beat wasn't the original beat that you had to freestyle on. But
nah, yeah, that wasn't the case though.
That wasn't the case.
Nah, yeah, that wasn't the case.
And I think when he sees this, he probably gonna say you're lying. But my challenge to you, Upper, is like. I don't know how you can say the artist is lying. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I don't know, but I'm like, how can he? The manager right here, like, was that beat actually his? Like, was that this? All right, did you see the video of Upper?
I don't pay attention to that. I don't pay attention to that shit.
I'm gonna play it for y'all when y'all done with this.
Yeah, I got to see that and see what he talking about.
Nah, he said that though. I'm not making this up. He said when he watched the freestyle, it sounded like. The beat wasn't for you, like it wasn't made for you. It should have been. You had another beat in mind, and when you got there, you just used
those beats basically. Yeah, that's not the case. Yeah, he trying.
Yeah, I think for me, it just when I watched the freestyle, it sounded like you were like you was just going
Just going with the flow. That's it. Like,
I didn't get that. I didn't get the this beat it didn't match the beat. You sounded good on it, but it sounded like you were just going like
just going with the flow.
With the flow.
Word.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back real quick. The reason why I'm going back, way back, is because I've been wanting to talk to you for so long, man. It's been hard to get in contact with you. So a lot of my questions are like, stuff that happened throughout your career. So you got to bear with me. But so a lot of my questions are stuff that happened throughout your career and just stuff that I've seen. And I kind of always wanted to ask you this, but like I said, man, you harder to get in contact with than the president. You're a management team right here. So I just I want to have this conversation with you, man. So like, a while ago, but it's something that I've been curious to hear your take on. You and Nas EBK, when y'all checked Asian Doll about that DOA claiming shit, what was going through your mind when you did that, man? Like why? Why did it feel appropriate to do that?
Like, I don't want to get too much in depth in that, but like I just feel like if you're not from a place, just don't jag it. Like if you're not really from the place, don't jag it. That's what I'm gonna say about that situation.
Yeah, I saw Nas said something true. He said some very real shit. He said, that are some risks and shit that came with DOA. So it was like, if you didn't experience that, it's not fitting for you to claim it. So, you agree with that?
I agree.
We don't have to go in detail about that, but what I want to know about your opinion and what made you want to make that post. Like what was it about what happened that made you make that post?
I don't know. I just feel like I told you before, if you're not from a place, don't drag it. Like, that's it. Real shit.
Were you familiar that she was dating Dougie B when you got in that?
Nah, I didn't know that.
Really? So the whole time they were together, you didn't know they were dating?
No.
Were they even dating? Like it?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for another man, but all I'm gonna say is I don't know.
That's your man's, right? You didn't know if he was dating her or not?
He'll tell me about his love life, man. You know, shit.
Shit.
It should be all right.
Wow. Yeah, people like when I saw that, and I know you want to get off it, you don't want to talk about it too much, but I just, like I said, this is something I always wanted to have this conversation with you. So, but when I saw that, I kind of understood where y'all was coming from, and I just felt like there was a lot that we as the outside consumers just didn't know about that maybe y'all knew about, and I kind of wanted to see if we can get some clarity in it. Like,
man, listen, it's just like it's nothing. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like it's just she's a female, I wouldn't say it like it's just like I was trying to be the nicest way possible, just telling her that she's not that because she's really not. Just because you go out or you talking to this person don't mean that you jacking his shit. That's like saying my girlfriend is jacking whatever I'm jacking because I'm doing her son. What? Yeah. That don't make sense. Never said it was lit for her. Nothing. Just
you don't think that's usually how it goes? I feel like that's a lot of people these days. Like,
they just put it what they want to put it. Like I told you before. Everybody want to hear what they want to hear, not hear the real shit.
So when she said she put a lot of food and clothes on y'all and fed y'all, all that was...
I never linked her a day in my life. That's all I'm going to say. Never. Only seen her one time, and that was at K-Flock and 5-year video shoot. Never seen her. Facts.
So she never bought you any shoes?
She ain't buy me shit. She ain't buy me shit. It's not like I wanted it. I never linked her, though. Yeah. Never text her, nothing. We don't got no conversations. She ain't about me clothes. She ain't about me feet. I don't know who she referring to.
So what's your overall... I know you said... This is my last question on that. What's your overall opinion on Asian Doll, just in general? Just of what you saw, of what happened, and just in general. What's your opinion on her?
I mean, like... She doing what she got to do, though. You can't knock what she doing. She connecting with different New York artists. She doing what she got to do. She an artist. Not knock her for anything she does, but I mean, like, if you're gonna sit here and jack something that you not, that's not it. Like, you can't jack something you're not. False claiming, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you get killed for that.
but
I'm not saying she get. I'm just saying in certain places.
In general.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
But
so if an opportunity presents itself where she wanted to collab, that's not something that we can see coming or happen.
I mean, if she reached out, I want to just like, we gonna have to chop it up, you know? I'm a real nigga at the end of the day. Like, all this bullshit I don't care about. So, I'm gonna chop it up with her, see where her mind at, and we go from there.
Yeah, because you weren't really disrespecting her. You were just
letting it be known, yeah.
You were just stating the obvious. If you're not from this, don't claim this. It was more, to be honest, it was more like a, I'm trying to help you out kind of thing. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Let me help you out. So let's move off this because I know you don't want to keep talking about it. But I want to talk about an incident that happened with one of your homies, and you mentioned him earlier. I do not want to mess up his name, but I kind of want to hear. You know, I heard you talked about it a little bit on Pete Films, and it was just emotional to hear you express that and how you were feeling when he passed away. But help me correct his name properly.
CHII? CHII.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, CHII.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk us through that, man. Where were you when you first heard the news?
Like, I feel like I'll just be always in my house, like, when I get bad news. Wow. Like, I was in my house. I just got the call. And it was like I just ain't believe it. Like, I just was in disbelief. I was just in denial. Just, like, I don't know. My mind was racing. I was just praying that it wasn't him, you know, shit like that. Like, not too much I could really say about that. Like, I was just going through a lot of shit plus that, so it just added to the, you know, to the top and the cherry on top, basically. Like,
are you close with his dad?
Yeah, I'll be chopping up with his dad. Yeah.
Here and there. Do you talk to? Oh yeah, you talk to him here and there still.
Yeah. Well, should be crazy. I talked to his girl, all that.
Wow.
Shit don't be the same. Well,
I wonder how you feel about. I saw his dad made a post a while ago, and he kind of was addressing, Didi Osama, and he posted it on his Instagram and said, what he had to say. But like, I don't know if you saw that, but do you take that? Do you kind of hit his dad up and just,
Yeah, I told him, like, there's no need for that. Like, basically, like, just be trying to chop it up.
You made that. You hit him up and
yeah, I be chopping it up with him. Like, there's no need for that, big bro. Like, cause he be going through it too. So it's like that's his son. He just lost. So I know he be feeling all types of ways, but it's like there's no need for that.
Is there any way to handle that? I feel like he's just going off emotions, like you're saying. Rightfully so. I'm not saying he shouldn't. That's just, like you said, that's his son he lost. So he has the right to feel
how he feels. Yeah.
And he has the right to react however he wants to react, and I will totally understand. But in the perfect world, is there a proper way that he could have went about that? Because I saw a lot of people were like, "Oh, why he's coming at these kids and all that," but it's like I really don't know. Is there a perfect way to go about that?
Until the world is really perfect, like there's no way to really go about that. Like everybody gonna have their own opinions and see it in a different way. So it's like there's really no point to really get into that.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to him, man.
See how it works.
Rest in peace to him. Speaking of sons, you have a son also.
Yes.
How has fatherhood changed you, man?
It made me open my eyes, really. Like, you got somebody to live for. You got somebody to feed. Somebody to take care of. Like, it's a different feeling. You got to man up for real, Like.
Man, you really do have an old soul. Like, not an old soul, but like you think older than your age. Like, you're grown. How old were you when you had your son?
I was 16, 17.
Wow. And when you found out, like, you excited? Were you?
It was mixed emotions. Like I was happy because it's like I'm bringing a new world. Like I'm bringing somebody new to this world. Like, and then but I'm like also scared because it's like I told you before, my dad was here and there, so it's like I was just not trying to think too much about being like that. Like I wanted to be there for my kid. Like, so it's like it's different. Like your pop's not teaching you to be a father. You got to just learn on your own. So I feel like my mom taught me though, cause like my mom is like my father and my mom. So it's like that's how me and her relationship is.
Man, they say kids can bring a lot of changes in people. Like, have you noticed any positive changes that your son have brought out of you?
Of course, like there's a lot of stuff that I feel like I don't overthink, but I feel like I think enough I know what I'm doing. Like I think about everything that I'm doing. Like I make sure every step I take is accordingly. I got to now because I got a son to feed. I got somebody to live for now. Anything that I could do could be a mistake, so I got to make sure I make no mistakes for my son.
That's kind of like referring to that Nevada song.
Mm-hmm.
Where he was like, I got a son and daughter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're understanding that you kind of have to be very
precise with everything I do.
Perfect word, yeah. Is he how old is he now?
He 2.
Wow.
Well,
is he in that talking stage where like
he should be fake? Like, he was talking before, but like he not really talking like that. Like he'll say that, but you feel me? Some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you are like there every day, like actively with him. You take him out.
Yeah, I'll be there. Gangsta. I'll be also there for my son. Nas' daughter too, gangster. Try to get her stuff, still be there. Just with her like 2-3 days ago. Word.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that, man. Why did you feel like I know it's not your responsibility, but why did you wanted to bring that on yourself to do that?
I feel like because he'd do the same for me, and like me and him just had a different bond. We had a different relationship. Like it was one night that me and him really stood there, like we was crying together, like about our kids. Like we was just drunk, talking like, "Oh, bro, we got kids, we got to do that." And I'm telling him like, "Yo, I got us, bro, I got us." That's when I really started to try to go to the stool every day, no matter if I'm making bullshit or not. Like I just tried to make something. So it's like that was our motivation. I feel like he motivated me to do like everything I did today. Thanks, sir.
How often do you see his daughter?
I see his daughter here and there. I be calling his baby mother and stuff, checking up all the time. I mean, try to make sure like I still stay connected to him.
Yeah, I can speak from just a human perspective. I'm sure that means the world to them, man. Especially that young girl. I'm sure his daughter really appreciates that, man. Like to have you step up and just hold that plate for your homie. That to me, that shows just who you are as a person in general. Like you can't nobody tear your character down after that. Like just the stuff that you do, and to see like you don't even broadcast stuff like that. You just kind of keep that to yourself. So that shows who you are just in general. But yeah, man, that's all I have for you. Do you have it besides a couple months to tape? Is there anything special that you want your fans to know about that you have coming out that you want them to be in tune with? It doesn't have to be music, or it could be music, or just anything special.
I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. I'll be popping out to some middle schools, a lot of middle schools. Y'all see CHII B. Y'all see Set the Tread popping out. See how middle schools showing love. Just there.
What are you doing at the middle schools?
Whatever they want. Taking pictures, videos. You want ices, I would get y'all everything on me. Y'all want something for the store? I got y'all. CHII there.
Oh, so you're just going to be showing up?
Showing love. That's it. Just pulling up, feel it, like, so they can show them, like, I'm regular just like you. Like, if you want to do it, we all human at the end of the day. If you feel like you want to be this, you could do that. You could be better than me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Damn, man. I respect that, man. You going to be doing, like, just in New York, or that might go...
It might go global. You never know. I might be in your state. Word.
Hey, that's dope, man. Before we go, have you gotten a chance you've performed other places before, right?
Yeah.
I think you performed in Boston, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I seen you on that. Man, was that dope? Like,
Yeah, that shit was a different experience. Gangsta, that shit was lit. Boston, I didn't know we had that much fans in Boston. They were showing me mad love.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Boston, Gangsta.
Did you have any groupie experience there?
Oh man, I'm currently cuffed up, y'all.
I'm snitching right now. I don't want to snitch. I don't want to snitch. All right, man. All right. Just shout out your Instagram. Let them know.
The only Seti B, man. It's only one me.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Set the trend. Cam Capone News, man. It's Art. We'll see y'all. Peace.